Hi all, welcome to the Storyline Samuel Umtiti player review. Yes, we have managed to unlock him. We unlocked him last night. The earliest you could unlock him was last night if you'd done the week 4 objectives. So we have managed to get that done and dusted. So if you can smash links, it would be awesome, folks. Sub to the channel if you are new. Follow me on Twitter at GTheLegend. All the links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. Comment down below if you've grinded at all to level 15 or 30 and who you plan to take from either. And if you do go for level 30, who takes your appeal. Now, Gotze and Pedro, both are neat cards in their own regards. Like if I was going for fun element, I might have went for Gotze from a review, but Umtiti is the one that fits our team, so that is the reason why we are completing him. So 90 rated Samuel Storyline Umtiti. He's been given a decent upgrade from his other cards. Obviously, as I said, you've got Pedro or Gotze. Now the thing is, Umtiti sadly will not fit in this team now at this stage of FIFA, but we're still going to rock him up in our usual team that we generally do rock up with. We have made a few changes for Weekend League. For alternatives, you've got Headliner Varane, you've got Van Dijk, and you've got Prime Moments Cannavaro. The reason why I went Prime Moments Cannavaro is because of the icon swaps. If you're still undecided, basically, I thought gives you an alternative. Now, looking at Storyline Umtiti's stats, I would honestly say, if you've done your homework on him, the big negatives right away are his pace and the balance. They are absolutely kind of just dire. Like, they kind of are the big negatives. But regardless, it is still a card that looks very appealing. I know a lot of people were hoping, because of when they fought for this season, they thought maybe Langley could get an upgrade, but Umtiti is the one that they went for. Now, he is 6 foot tall, medium high work rates, left footed with 2-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. So right off the bat, if you're expecting to be one of these players that passes it well out of the box, you might have half a chance, because obviously he's got 78 pace, 65 shots, 76 pass, 77 dribblings, 91 defending and 87 physical, so he could pass the ball out pretty well, or at least that's what we hope. Now he's got 74 acceleration, 81 sprint speed. The sprint speed goes up to 86 because of the boost for his basic, 52 attack positioning and finishing, 85 shot power, 76 long shots, 67 volleys, 62 penalties. Shooting we're not really that fussed about. Like, if we get a shot with him, fair play, I'll see what I can do with him. 63 vision, 67 crossing, 68 free kicks, 88 short pass, 80 long pass, 79 curve, 68 agility and 72 balance. These are two major negatives that everyone will flag up right off the bat. If you're wanting a centre back, it's a big concern. I can understand why, but I'm intrigued to see how he plays in game though. Regardless, 90 reactions, 84 ball control, 70 dribbling, 90 composure, 92 interceptions, defensive awareness, 83 heading accuracy, 93 stand tackle, 89 slide tackle, 93 jumping, 75 stamina as well is a big issue, so it's how you get the best out of him. 91 strength and 86 aggression. So there's definitely quite a lot of negatives in this card. Let's put it this way. Mainly because obviously vision's quite weak, even though he's a defender. Agility is a big concern at 68, 72 balance, especially if you're trying to be composed at the back. Even though he's got 90 composure, that's a positive dribbling. You can't expect him to dribble out the box. So it's like almost when you get the ball near him, it's like do you kind of hoof it out the box? Do you kind of try and pass it out the box? Or do you willing to take the chance and at least play with the card to kind of like either just sprint out with it, because he's got got decent pace, but then you've got to consider the stamina. So this is why, like Varane, Cannavaro, Van Dijk, maybe they don't have those kind of negatives as much, but Umtiti definitely on face stats wise is a bit of a worry. So if you're going to look at this card, you're going to have to have a if you really want this card, you're going to have a sit down and think what chem style you put on him, because personally I would say he doesn't necessarily need anchor. Like, that's just like anything that boosts the pace. I think in this regards is almost wasted, I feel, mainly because he doesn't necessarily say need it. It's more try and improve the elements in his game, like his agility. That's kind of what you want to work on. Agility and balance, get him improved. Even if you go engine, if it matters. I know some people will look for a chem style that just boosts up his dribbling, like dramatically. That's kind of what people will look for. So have a good think on that regards. So you might look at like Guardian, Maestro, Artist. So that definitely factors in where to go with him. But I would say though, for what I've played with him in game so far, we have his pace is really good. Like I really enjoy. Like he feels very quick. He gets into positions pretty well, pretty quickly. But at this stage of FIFA, he will get caught out still, sadly, because he's not quick enough. Because his initial speed is obviously 74 acceleration, but 86 sprint speed basically. Because of all the team of the season cards, he's kind of like a step underneath it for pace regards, which is a bit of a shame really, because you want to have a bit of fun with the card, but it's hard to, because if you're up against 95 pace strikers, he's going to get sadly caught out quite easily, I'm afraid. But his defensive awareness is on point. He is really good. Him and Koeman works brilliantly. But the big positive I noticed as well is when Anselmo, like if with his positioning was like if Anselmo or Cyprian were where he were, like they were working in, like as a cohesive unit. I'll actually be honest, at times I was feeling more confident at the back with Umtiti than I usually do with David Luiz. But yeah, no, that definitely feels odd when you kind of say that. You feel more confident sometimes at the back with Umtiti over David Luiz. But I think that's also maybe because you're using someone different and it gives you a different way of looking at how that player may defend. But there was one clip as well, I think it was the last dude I was playing, he messaged me after the game saying, oh, you've got him in your team, how did you manage to unlock him and all this type of stuff. It was kneeling overhead kick I scored with Umtiti. I think it would have made it 2-2 as well. I tried to find it, but I think the footage went corrupt. Or that clip did anyway, which is a bit of a shame. But it was a nice little moment nearly for Umtiti. But defensively is what we mostly focused on him. We didn't like attack really with him. We didn't even really get that option to, on all honesty. It was mostly just pretty much defensive. Try and pass out the box if we could. Try and dribble out the box if we could. But generally, as I said, I've also tried to do objectives. That's why we've got the Paderborn right mid in the team. So to kind of recap, we've played half a dozen games since with the card, and for me, from 6 games, I might play some more when I'm doing objectives for Dilrosun and Sabitzer, but I was pretty pleased with him. I actually was. I was. My expectations of the card, I was having a bit of doubts. I thought, have I really made the right move here? Because I remember looking at when I got Ter Stegen the other day as one of my potential picks, and obviously going with Odegaard was that I could have linked them all up, but I would have still needed a icon at right centre back, and that kind of then became the potential option of dropping David Luiz. So I thought, do I really want to drop do I want to drop David Luiz for Umtiti? And in all honesty, I'm kind of glad I haven't. Like, Umtiti is a good card, but personally he's not going to make a lot of people's teams, I'm afraid. You're only really going to go for him if you're one of these players that's either a France fan, trying to build like a best possible maybe, or just try to get every best, like, or you're a Barca fan, or you're just someone that's grinding to the level 30 and you need a centre back, because personally that's where he would kind of go. He's not going to grace like end game teams, sadly, at this stage of FIFA. He is not one of these type of cards. If I was to be personally honest, I would go Gotze first, then Umtiti, then Pedro. I feel Pedro just gets usurped by like the likes of Salah, Sterling and so forth from an EPL view. But Umtiti, personally I feel Varane's better centre back, and like Koeman, David Luiz, Van Dijk, Cannavaro, Maldini all trump Umtiti. Like, depending on what you're going for, if you've still not decided on icon swaps for a centre back, Cannavaro, Maldini would be my options. I would even probably look at Prime Moments Puyol, if I was honest. But definitely he's still a fun card, like I won't deny it. He's going to be 90 rated fodder for me, helps for a number of SBCs, and when I go to that stage eventually. But as I said folks, we've grinded to him, a bit of fun. Now I can just chill, just build up the packs from there and do a bit more trading again. So hopefully you enjoy it folks. As I said, I'd give him about an 8 out of 10. But let me know folks, as I said, if you're going for anyone from level 30. If you're going that far, smash like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, and I will catch you all later.